More of Tuskegee students are enrolled in engineering and architecture than any other area of study. Furthermore, among your faculty and staff, in keeping with the standards established by Dr. Carver, are some of the best higher education has to offer in electrical, mechanical, chemical, and aerospace sciences. Tuskegee has a tradition of top-quality scientific research from its earliest days. Dr. Carver once said, "Race and creed find no recognition in the eyes of the deity when he bestows his generous gifts." Dr. Carver not only said that, he proved it. Tuskegee made history with its agricultural research, which continues even now to be a source of pride. Yet, let me suggest that this fame may someday be surpassed by contributions your institution will make in the field of aerospace engineering. He's ready. This potential is the reason the George C. Marshall Flight Center and other similar organizations, as well as private corporations, are humming around here. This is the reason NASA donated to this institution some of its most sophisticated aviation-related computers last year. And of course, it is the reason that you have received $9 million in support from the Department of Education for the opening of this Aerospace Science and Health Education Center. This center I was honored to inaugurate shortly before joining you here today. This center, of course, is dedicated to the memory of one of this country's great patriots, pilots who during the war destroyed 261 enemy aircraft and won a basket full of distinguished flying crosses. Some of you may be aware that back in 1944, in the midst of that great conflict, I narrated a film about these brave pilots. I can't tell you how proud I am to be an honorary Tuskegee Airman. And if they hadn't made me wear this robe, you'd have seen I was wearing the button in my lapel. The skill and courage of these individuals, Chappie James and the Tuskegee Airmen, is part of a heroic tradition. From the Revolutionary War, when some 5,000 black Americans fought gallantly for our country's independence, to Pearl Harbor, where a black seaman named Dory Miller was one of the first Americans to bring down an enemy aircraft. Dory Miller, the Tuskegee Airmen, and others who fought and often paid the supreme sacrifice for their country, did so in a segregated military. Their courage and patriotism undoubtedly helped bring an end to this outrage. Today, one of the greatest strengths of our military is that it is one of the most successfully integrated institutions in the country, an open door of opportunity to all citizens. Over 10% of the Army's officers are black, as are 34% of its sergeants. Blacks are in more positions of managerial and command authority in the military than in business, education, journalism, or any other part of government. Chappie James' mother once predicted, someday there will be so many black people doing so many things that are noteworthy that it will no longer be newsworthy. Or nowhere is it more apparent than in the armed forces. 29 of the Army's active duty generals are black. There have been 2 black 4-star generals, Chappie James in the Air Force and Roscoe Robinson Jr. in the Army. And in fact, I have nominated another black general, Bernard Randolph, for his 4th star. It's now pending congressional approval. Again, Chappie was right, and his mother was right. This officer's race no longer even makes the news. By the way, General Randolph is with us today, as you've just seen. And so, General, congratulations. The military is seen by many as an avenue for advancement, a job where individual merit will be recognized and rewarded. The technological training and skill development provided in the military is some of the best in the country. And that could mean learning about car and truck engines. It could also mean learning to build bridges or space stations.